Hi everyone, and a very happy new year to you. Hopefully 2026 will bring you health and happiness. And here I am sitting in my hotel room in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I am just about to leave to the airport in a couple of hours to go home. I spent a week here frolicking in the snow and meeting up with some old friends and celebrating New Year's Eve, and just generally revisiting some of the places dear to my heart. And I'll share a little bit of a video on that later. I didn't do too much because I've been with people more than I've been recording videos or anything else. But I wanted to read you a little bit, the opening passages from Anais Nin's Under a Glass Bell, published around about 20 years before Sylvia Plath's Bell Jar, in case you're associating the names and seeing some kind of similarities there. But anyway, the opening story, and in fact it's an interesting publication because there's almost more introductory notes than there are of the actual book itself, and it's a collection of short stories, poetic prose, and dreamlike state captured in short stories. But I think you'll see the poetic beauty in the opening lines as I have. And the opening story is called Houseboat. The current of the crowd wanted to sweep me along with it. The green lights on the street corners ordered me to cross the street. The policeman smiled to invite me to walk between the silver-headed nails. Even the autumn leaves obeyed the current, but I broke away from it like a fallen piece. I swerved out and stood at the top of the stairs leading down to the quays. Below me flowed the river, not like the current I'd just broken from, made of dissonant pieces colliding rustily, driven by hunger and desire. Down the stairs I ran towards the waterfront, the noises of the city receding as I descended, the leaves retreating to the corners of the steps under the wind of my skirt. At the bottom of the stairs lay the wrecked marinas of the street current, the tramps who had fallen out of the crowd life, who refused to obey. Like me, at some point of the trajectory, they had fallen out, and here they lay, shipwrecked at the foot of the trees, sleeping, drinking. They had abandoned time, possessions, labour, slavery. They walked and slept in counter-rhythm to the world. They renounced houses and clothes. They sat alone, but not unique, for they all seemed to have been born brothers. Time and exposure made their clothes alike. Wine and air gave them the same eroded skin, the crust of dirt, the swollen noses. The stale tears in the eyes all gave them the same appearance. Having refused to follow the procession of the streets, they sought the river which lulled them, wine and water. Every day in front of the river, they reenacted the ritual of abandon, against the knots of rebellion, wine and the river, against the cutting iron of loneliness, wine and water, washing away everything in a rhythm of blurred silences. And I hope that resonated with you as it did with me, and I hope that you had a wonderful celebration if you celebrated, and that, as I mentioned at the beginning, you have a beautiful year ahead. Thank you for joining and listening today.